This episode is brought to you by Verizon Wireless.
Good morning. Hello. Welcome back to SJU. It is Thursday. We're going to be talking about some Netflix and some Nickelodeon. We have got a fun thing that I know nothing about, and I'm excited to hear about it as much as you are. And then also we're going to be talking about the Mandalorian Season 2. Yay! Yay! Very, very exciting. Sorry, my computer's like yelling at me to restart. So first, I have got this great panel here. We have got Spencer. Good morning.
All in gray, the whole panel today. Gray is our souls, gray is the outside weather.
Mm-hmm. We're doing it. We're really following it up, y'all. We've got Joe.
I like that we were all very quiet at the beginning of the panel today to prevent another mess up like yesterday.
Yes.
Very just...
An abundance of caution.
Completely my fault.
And then, of course, we've got Dan. Good morning.
Yes. May I ask, though, I'm looking at the rundown, and I do not see the Masked Singer on here. Can we at least
we can talk
briefly
about it.
touch upon
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
No,
sure.
I blame myself.
I blame you too, Joe.
I know.
Joe still got vacation brain.
Yeah. Oh, man. Let's see how long I can blame that.
I say do it until the end of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys know I went to Japan
Yeah.
once?
Gosh, summer's been rough. The heat plus the jet lag from November.
From what I've heard, Masked Singer would be like the 12th weirdest thing on Japanese television. So I understand. I understand not having it at the forefront.
Or just the streets.
Have you ever seen like that chocolate or not chocolate game?
No.
No?
Oh man, it's a Japanese game show. I don't know if this is the whole show or just a segment, but they put people
Now
in a
it's our
room.
whole show.
Certain items have been replaced with chocolate replicas, but they're like perfect, and others haven't. But you can't use your hands; you have to use your mouth. So you just have to take a bite of something.
Just very cautious biting.
Hope that it's chocolate.
That's also
that makes the Masked Singer look mainstream.
very cautious biting is also a very good substitute name for that shit.
All right, so first we're going to get into this. We're going to talk about Nickelodeon, which has also had some wacky game shows where you put your faces and stuff. Pow, I did it.
Yeah.
So Netflix fires back with Nickelodeon. This is via Variety. Netflix and Nickelodeon have formed a new multi-year output deal to produce original animated features and TV series based on both existing Nickelodeon characters as well as brand new ones. Netflix did say that 60% of its subscribers watch kids shows and movies with regularity, and we know those aren't just all kids. That's just not a possibility.
Our industry is proof of that.
Very much. Look, I enjoy me a Steven universe. I like going back and watching the old cartoons. So right now, Netflix's animated slate for the rest of the year includes the movie Klaus, Dino Girl Dako, series from Japan, adult animated feature I Lost My Body, and DreamWorks' Fast and Furious Spy Racers.
I Lost My Body sounds like a Bravo reality show.
Yeah.
I lost my body.
After Half-Ton Teen, it's I Lost My Body.
It's cyberpunk era reality TV.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
Yeah.
I get more of a TLC vibe from I Lost
That's
My Body.
completely fair. Completely fair. I Lost My Body Kids.
Oh, that's the one where people eat weird stuff. So first of all, we like the idea of Netflix and Nickelodeon pairing up for
Look,
some new stuff.
if Disney's gonna be the one that everyone buys by default so that their kids will shut up and stare at TV, then I can't think of a better counterattack than Nickelodeon. That's the only other.
Yeah,
They are historically blood rivals, so.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I love my Nickelodeon. I'm a product of a Nickelodeon education, and I do think that like Viacom is one of the few giant IP holders that doesn't have their own service.
Right.
I guess it's CBS All Access.
And then also BET has theirs.
Yeah, so they're kind of they've been doing this. Dan, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, no, BET and Tyler Perry have joined up. I'm sorry, you missed one of the fronts of the streaming war. BET and Tyler Perry have teamed up, and they're going to have their own streaming service where you'll be able to watch any of the BET any of the BET original series are going to be on there.
Wow.
You'll be able to catch movies like the New Edition story. I know you missed it.
All 12 seasons of Girlfriends.
Sitting on my DVR.
Yep.
All 12 seasons of Girlfriends.
I'm very happy I got to surprise Dan with some BET news.
There's like a hands-on simulator where you can make your own sequel to Boo. Like,
yes.
Yeah, you pick your own scenes and
grab whatever YouTube
Tyler Perry lines out of a
influencers.
hat. Yeah. Grab some YouTube influencers.
And just get it going, get it popping.
I'm super into this. I hope they can do dual pass with like new stuff that the kids like, and just milk my nostalgia with the old stuff. Like I love Rocco Static Cling. Like that was just
Rocco was good.
That was perfect. Just keep making old stuff.
Zim was there were one out of two.
Good.
Zim wasn't great, which made me sad because I was a big Zim fan. But Rocco was awesome.
Bring back Rocco.
Yeah, or for me, like I'm hoping they do also some of the more teen-centric stuff. Roundhouse was huge for me. I loved that show, and it actually did like for something that's on a Nickelodeon. It tackled some stuff that you maybe wouldn't necessarily expect. I believe they got a cuss or two in there during one episode, or at least they came close and had to do like the censor thing.
Well, do you guys remember Wienerville? Wienerville's probably canceled.
I remember
in all respects.
Yeah.
Wienerville's canceled.
Wienerville's canceled.
Canceling Wienerville.
Are they going to bring back?
No, stop.
Are they going to bring back Stick Stickly?
Yes.
Oh,
Hey!
Stick Stickly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind a You Can't Do That on Television reboot. I think the world needs another deadpan to the camera. What he thinks in the burger. So solid.
And then like a Global Guts, where are they now? You know, where they get the
I
competitors.
don't want that at all.
They bring the competitors back.
Well, that'll be their
They're all
answer.
40, their bodies are dying.
That'll be their answer to that Encore show on Disney Plus, where they. You heard about this?
No, haven't heard about this.
It's where they take they reunite. High school musical casts and have them do their senior musical again or whatever. And people are surprised that that premise has somehow ended up dark. Like people are like, wow, that show gets a little sad. And I'm like,
These were all, none of these kids got famous. They're all just theater kids.
Right.
It'd be like if they just grabbed all of the theater kids from like my high school or like your high school and then put them on TV now.
What is not miserable about that premise? Global Guts could be
it's more like more the sports side of things. So it's like Uncle Rico, the series, where we bring them all back. I swear they could have climbed that crag.
We gotta lower the crag, right? If we're gonna do that, we can't keep that crag the same size.
I met Mo once. I swear she had a thing for me.
I think it's interesting that with regard to Disney Plus, like HBO Max and Apple have all sort of been like, all right, we're gonna go more toward the adult market. Like we're at HBO. It's like classic movies and the superhero films,
Prestige.
but that's kind of an all age. Yeah, Prestige, Oscar. They were touting their Oscar catalog. Apple Plus is.
Something.
The morning show is. I mean, they have like Snoopy in Space, but most of their programming is like adult oriented. It actually kind of surprises me. I get the play for Netflix to make a deal like this with a huge brand because that's what's going to keep things afloat. But I think it's kind of bold to be like, all right, we're taking on Disney in the kids space. It's, I mean, because there's just so much that they're fighting already there. And now, again, we've talked about the fact they have an advantage in worldwide distribution that Disney Plus doesn't have. They've got, Disney did, I think, has 10 million sign-ups, but they didn't say how many of those are trial numbers and how many, we'll find out in a few months how many stuck around. But Netflix is like 150 million, I think, worldwide. So again, I think maybe they're just trying to cement their advantage elsewhere. Maybe say like, it's going to be great in North America, but if we can get this distributed everywhere else, then when Disney Plus comes around, there's already a kid hanging around.
Yeah, when Disney Plus comes to New Zealand, we're ready. Yeah.
Whoever holds Paw Patrol holds the world.
Nickelodeon is Netflix's version of in Hobbs and Shaw, them just like fortifying the island.
Yes.
Exactly. Well, and you know how like Disney and all these places when they do start doing, That's So Raven, they did the new like That's So Raven, but she's an adult or whatever. Are there any of those that you would want to see where they take like a Nick show and they put it into the future? I think Eric Goldman had kind of the same idea, but my idea would definitely be I want grown up Pete and Pete.
Oh, yeah.
One of those Pete's is still doing stuff, at least, right?
Well, little Pete is like in a band, and older Pete is like a set electrician.
Yeah.
Like they're like happy. They seemed happy. I went to a reunion.
Oh, did you go to that reunion?
Yeah. They're all doing great. I felt gross there and pandered to because they were like, you kids in the audience, you were all a little cooler and a little different. And I'm like, I know, but don't say it. It makes me feel not cool and different.
Don't say the quiet part loud.
Wow.
I don't want to be noticed that I fought the Pacific Ocean with you.
Yeah.
God.
Everybody in this room is really hip. Like you're making fun of me now.
Pete would be tough to do because the whole point was like you you intend. I mean, the only thing you could do is they lost their magic as adults because that was the point of the show. Because there was the international adult conspiracy, and adults were all horrible villains except for like their mom and dad,
the strongest man in the world,
and Artie, and sometimes Endless Mike, who would go back and forth in alignments. I think it would have to be sort of the Mary Poppins Return style, like, oh, Pete and Pete, you've lost what gave you spark. Let's play hide and seek in the dark.
Let's recast you.
What are your kids up to? Let's hang out with them.
What's the girl from It doing?
Yeah.
Someone's got to give a child a tattoo. Yeah. We've got to be able to see that.
I want Hey Dude.
Yes, please.
Mainly because I don't know where most of that cast went, and I just want to see where they are.
Well, one of them, Eric, was it Eric, the main, the hot guy, the Zach Morris? I know he was still doing stuff up until maybe, because I do check in on the Hey Dude cast, and then it had
Christine Taylor.
Christine
we know
Taylor,
where she is.
yeah.
I do check in on the Hey Dude cast.
I do.
I'm going to check in on the Hey Dude cast while
I do
we're talking Hey Dude.
occasionally check in on the Salute Your Shorts cast as well. Donkey Lips is real thirsty sometimes on Twitter about, like, hey, I'm around.
Okay.
He was in our cameo game.
That's great.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
remember? It was...
Oh, yeah, that's
I didn't play that day.
It was not a big number.
The Capture Flag episode of Salute Your Shorts, one of the best episodes of television ever made. Don't at me.
Quite possibly.
Nobody would at you, Joe, because nobody knows.
No one follows me.
Nobody knows what we're talking about.
Yeah, at this point.
Yeah, we are far too old at this point.
Although I've been told that we overestimate the youngness of
true.
our audience, and that
Yeah, which is probably bad. Hey kids, watch our hip show.
Yeah.
Tune in. You're the future.
Don't you want to see your graying uncles and aunties talking about all of this stuff, right? Hey, I'm Reed Richardson. I have that's shade to myself as well.
Yeah. When do we get rebooted? When do they start asking what our kids are up to, or nephews or other relatives?
Where are Smosh Juniors?
Yeah, we don't have a second wave. This is it. You're stuck with us forever.
I think I was part of the second wave, and I think we just got older somehow.
Somehow we put the median age up.
Sorry.
So I'm just the Hey Dude cast just gets sad immediately because it's like Joe Torres was in Hey Dude,
Yeah.
and that's it. Sorry, Danny Lightfoot, but you were an important part of my childhood.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's it.
I see Mr. Ernst here and there.
Yeah, I see him around and stuff. The cast of 15 at least had a Ryan Reynolds, so that's something.
15.
15.
When I was all right.
Kelly Brown just
We've gone off the rails, but whatever.
Story time with Dan.
15, if you don't know what 15 was a Canadian teen soap opera that was about as edgy as Nickelodeon got.
Yeah.
But I did not realize that it was made in Canada. So I did not know why everyone was saying a boot. And why everyone talked a little differently.
They were all dressed as
it's
Mounties.
Like, you're 15. You're 15. Let's go.
You can't be an alcoholic at 15.
15? Everyone 15.
You're the coolest kid in the Commonwealth.
Why do you both sound like Smithers when you try to be Canadian? Or Burns, Mr. Burns.
We're all 15.
Well, speaking of old stuff coming back, so Nickelodeon's fellow Viacom CBS company Paramount Pictures has made a deal with Netflix to produce Beverly Hills Cop 4 for the streaming service. Now, this is per Deadline. This follows Paramount selling the Cloverfield Paradox to Netflix and debuting Annihilation as a Netflix film in most parts of the world. It's a great movie. Outside the U.S., and so they'll be able to make more movies for Netflix. Do you think, considering this was something that Dan, I believe, talked about in length, was that Tuesday? Where he talked about how the long ago sequels maybe aren't necessarily,
rarely exceed, which just happens with sequels, rarely exceed the previous ones that were 10 years more released and often are a big step down.
Yeah. So given that, do you think it's a smart move to put a Beverly Hills Cop 4?
Is it Eddie?
Yeah, it's Eddie.
Yeah.
And Zemeckis?
He's back, baby.
Yeah. It's the Ed Renaissance.
I think it's a smart move because it's positioned so close to Dolomite, which everyone loves, and the fascination behind. Well, if Coming to America sucks, then it is no longer a good move.
Nope.
But if it's a great return to form, then I think everyone's going to be pumped to have Beverly Hills Cop 4 on Netflix. At least for pure he's got some momentum. The sequels are already not great.
Yeah,
but
it's interesting because Beverly Hills Cop, as much as any of his movies, relies so much on like peak Eddie energy.
Yeah.
Like I loved Dolomite, but it's like he seems to have entered a new phase in his career. He's a little more subdued. He's a little more grounded. He's not as frantic and manic and stuff like that. I don't know. Like maybe if it's an update on the character, if it's Logan of Beverly Hills Cop, if they Logan him,
he just joins back up with Judge.
yeah,
I think that might be one of those premises that had one movie in it.
yeah,
Detroit Cop goes to Beverly Hills. Okay.
yeah,
Done.
fine.
Done.
Yeah.
What's next?
A Detroit cop goes back to Beverly
back to
Hills.
Beverly
He goes
Hills.
back to Detroit.
The only take I can think of is he goes back again, and we just point out that Beverly Hills has not changed since 1984.
Or I was thinking they could maybe Demolition Man him, where he like falls into a vat of carbonite and is unfrozen.
And all of America is Beverly Hills?
Yeah, well, it's Beverly Hills in the year 2050 or whatever, and he's got to bring his 2019 streetwise ways to the 50. I don't know. I'm grasping at straws here.
It's very nice.
It's a bad idea.
These are some good straws.
Another solid straws.
That's perfect. All right. Thank you all so much for you're doing all of the liking, the subscribing, sharing. You turn on your notifications. You hit them bells. You're commenting. You're the reasons why we get to do this show and all of our other shows. And we get to do really fun stuff and like silly stuff. And they give us money for it, which is I'm still wrapping my head around. And my mom does not understand.
For hitting them bells.
Yes. So thank you so much for all of your support. We've got some great stuff on Fandom.com. We made a documentary called Never Surrender, and that is about Galaxy Quest. It will be screening via Fathom Events on November 26th. Again, that is made possible by all of y'all. So what we have been doing is, for people who have been showing us their ticket and hashtagging Never Surrender, we have been calling people out and sharing with you all of the people who have committed to see the movie. And so we've got a couple of tweets today from some folks that we want to highlight.
We're calling you out.
Calling you out.
I meant shout outs, but it did sound really aggressive.
Jason Gibbons, 31. We're calling you out.
Calling you out.
Also, Jason says, shout out to Provo, Utah.
Shout out to Provo, Utah.
Which is the third largest city in Utah.
Oh,
great.
Wow.
Let me
right,
guess.
guys.
All right, hang on. Salt Lake City, obviously, and then Provo number 3.
Yeah, what's number 2?
I'm not sure what number 2 is, but I do know that it is 43 miles south of Salt Lake City.
Oh, very nice. So shout out there. Do we have the tweet up? Or?
Provo, we're calling
Yeah.
you out.
Do we have the tweets?
It was not formatted correctly in time. That was my fault, guys. The jet lag has been terrible.
Yeah.
And that's why Jason Gibbons 31, I'm trying to make up for it by just sharing some of my intimate knowledge of your hometown.
Very nice.
The Provo area was originally called Timpaganos. It's a word that probably meant Rock River.
The good land.
Is this guy knowing a party or what?
And number 2, we have got Charles Clark at Chuckaduck18. That's
Nice.
a great name. Chuckaduck. And Charles asks, what other franchise or genre need a Galaxy Quest type movie?
I mean, I think we touched on it as Global Guts for me. Is bringing the squad back together to conquer the crag once again.
So is this? I assume a Galaxy Quest type movie would be a movie that's sort of about it, but not it. So like a commentary on it. I would like to see an Avengers, like it would have to be in like 10 years, but like an Avengers type thing where once the comic book movie has at least isn't quite as prominent, where you bring together like they were the superhero team and they had $2 billion movies, but now they're I don't know if you do the exact Galaxy Quest
mistaken identity,
but some kind
adventure.
of a play on that. I think
which was almost Mystery Men, which I guess came out
Way too soon.
Way too soon. Yeah.
West Valley City, by the way, the second largest city.
West Valley.
We like our facts
West
here.
Side.
But third in terms of beauty to Provo, Utah.
Absolutely.
Shout out.
Shout out, Provo. Yeah, no, I think that would be good. And, people, I feel like you could actually bring some of those people back to do it just because it would be like a fun meta commentary. And, not everyone's going to go on to be Robert Downey Jr. Some people, it's 10 years. Sometimes you'll need a little bit of a career bump.
Look, 10 years ago, Robert Downey Jr. didn't know he was going to go on to be Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
So you never know.
Never know.
It's tough because Galaxy Quest isn't quite just like a spoof movie because, it's not quite a Naked Gun, and it's not quite like a wink at the camera, Ferris Bueller, Deadpool. It's like its own little monster. But yeah, probably superhero stuff needs to get the piss taken out of it. Something like that. in a loving way.
Like they did in superhero movie.
Yes, exactly like superhero movie.
Yeah, let's just do that.
No.
Okay. No.
A remake of superhero movie?
Yeah, let's remake superhero movie.
Was that a Wayans still when the Wayans were still involved with those?
No, that was
No.
the
They were gone long before,
Seltzer
I
and free. I don't know.
Seltzer
I think the ones that made those the awful ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Epic movie, date movie.
Oh, those
Date movie,
movies.
one of them. I don't remember.
Date
Whatever.
movie was one of them. Mm-hmm.
Meet the Spartans.
Meet the Spartans. Oh my God.
Oh, tell us your
Remake
favorite
Meet
of
the
those.
Spartans.
Yes,
Concurrently
cowards.
with The Last Jedi. We can shoot them back to back.
Use the same sets.
Yes. All right, and finally, as you know, we're really lucky that y'all have made this platform possible for us, and so we're trying to pay that forward by shouting out some organizations who are doing some really good work. This month, we are highlighting Big Brothers and Big Sisters of America. It is the nation's largest volunteer-supported mentoring network, and if you're interested in volunteering to mentor a youth, you can visit bbbs.org to learn more. Story number 2. Here's the fun thing I was talking about. I only know the title. Are you ready?
I only know the title.
Story number 2. Dan and Spencer are best friends.
That's right. They are. So for this game, Dan, we need to switch seats. I apologize. I know
okay.
that's alarming to
Oh,
most
boy.
of the audience
All right.
at
Oh,
home.
geez.
But I do need you guys next to each other.
Okay.
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 Well, we are best friends.
You guys are you guys have been here the longest.
Yeah.
So naturally, you should be best friends and very close.
That's how that works.
Hang out regularly because that's exactly how
We
it works.
hang out in a room all day.
So
We've got selected social interactions outside of work.
yeah, we often all sit in a room quietly together, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna play the Newlywed Game.
Okay.
And since we Disney Plus just dropped and we have a whole bunch of weird new Disney Plus stuff to explore,
Okay.
we're doing a Disney Plus themed Newlywed Game.
Okay.
With you guys, you'll each have 5 questions, 5 opportunities to score a point.
Sure.
About the other person.
So we're
and-
trying to get the same answer as each
Trying
other?
to get the same answer. So I'm gonna.
Wait, so we're trying to match, or we're trying to think what the other person would?
We're trying to
Right.
match.
Yeah, you're
So
trying to-
like, if I'm like Dan, does Spencer like Mickey Mouse?
I'll write yes or no, and you'll try to match me.
So will Dan. You guys will try to get the same answer.
Great.
Okay.
I'm very excited.
All right. All right. Use your typepiece to keep score. Thanks, Danielle.
You're welcome.
Do you want to ask the first question?
Yes. Spencer, who is Dan's favorite rescue ranger?
Who is Dan's favorite rescue ranger? Dan Murrell, your best friend.
I think this is a rescue ranger.
That's a great way to start. Great way to start.
All right. You'll show your paper sort of in front of your microphones because that's
Yeah.
where we have it framed. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Reveal.
Dale.
Oh, no
Launchpad
point.
on that shit?
No, not even.
No, it was not.
He's on
What's he?
Tailspin.
Tailspin. Ah.
I think Dan's best friend would have known
Or
that.
was it? Is it Tailspin or is it Darkwing Duck?
He was,
Whatever.
he was on Darkwing and DuckTales.
There we go. You want
Ready, boys? All right.
Yeah.
Dan, what is the first movie that Spencer would watch on Disney Plus? What is the first movie that Spencer would watch on Disney Plus?
I love that his first question had 2 possible answers, and mine has
There's a
an
mix.
infinite number.
There's a good mix. There's a good mix.
The first
it's
movie
somewhat
that
fair.
Spencer would watch on Disney Plus. Oh man, it's like every movie.
Later on, I ask about your middle names.
What is my middle name?
Fun fact, I thought I had the wrong middle name for like 10 years until we had to get my birth certificate so I can get my military ID.
Okay,
Nice.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Shout.
I wrote Star Wars.
Kazam. All right. Still close.
Sam on
Nope.
Disney Plus?
I think so.
I don't think it is. It is.
Really confirmed.
Wow. Well, if I'd known that Kazam was on Disney Plus, then obviously I would have.
Still no
We were
friendship.
talking about McClunky the other day. And I was like, okay.
All right, so we are at 0-0.
Yeah, we're over 2 here.
2.
Spencer, what is the first cartoon series Dan would binge on Disney Plus?
All right.
Spencer attacking that very confidently. I feel like I know what his answer is going to
I
be.
feel some best friend energy happening
Yeah,
right
I'm
now.
feeling this happening.
All right.
Ready?
1, 2, 3. Show.
Yeah! There it is.
There we go.
Spencer with a point on the board. Best friend power. Oh, this makes me happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Friendship. ASMR.
Dan,
Yeah.
who is Spencer's favorite character on The Simpsons?
Ooh.
Do I have to choose? I mean, come on.
You do.
All right.
You got to be best friends with yourself if you're going to be best friends with anyone else, Spencer.
That's what RuPaul says.
As she stares straight forward and doesn't look at anyone.
I'm definitely not gonna write a poo.
R.I.P.
Oh man, it's okay. There's so many,
Yeah. It's an ensemble,
but
but
there's one that I know you sort of feel a kinship with. So okay,
Okay, ready?
Ready?
yeah.
1, 2, 3.
there it is.
Oh, tied up.
Everybody on the board.
And the Bart Simpson
Yeah.
thing. So
Yeah.
I was like, yeah,
There's
all
a
right.
family resemblance.
Best friends.
All right.
Hey, Spencer.
Yeah.
Who's Dan's favorite character from X-Men the Animated Series? Don't put a poo. R.I.P.
Again, I was like, do I have to choose? Okay. And I have to go with the truth.
Yeah, you were resigned when you said that.
Yeah,
you look nervous.
We're probably
right.
not on the same
1,
page here.
2, 3.
Okay.
I like the leaders.
Yeah.
I get
I
that.
like the Leonardos
get it.
of the world. Yeah.
Look, you guys are
Professor
still...
X was not, and I would. It's fine. It would not have been.
Hey, you both have a point on the board.
Second rapport.
Right now, you're pretty good friends.
Yeah.
Spencer?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, sorry.
Yep.
Where are we?
You just asked Spencer who my favorite character
Okay.
was.
Dan? What's Spencer's favorite Pixar movie?
It's a very good one.
Thanks.
You're very good at questions.
I try. Oh, the jet lag.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. 1, 2, 3, show! Hey! Best friends, best friends, best friends.
So good.
Yeah, it's a
guys
great
speak?
movie. We're
Spencer?
just waiting for one of us to mismatch, because then someone's got to pull ahead. Because right now we just keep matching.
Right, yeah. But
Wait,
you know
but
what?
if we always
what?
match,
We're
then,
trying to
yeah.
match.
Then you're true best friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You're trying to pass through the finish line together.
Yeah.
I like that. There's no selfishness in that relationship, and I appreciate it. Spencer,
Yo.
who's Dan's favorite Star Wars prequel character?
Star Wars prequel character.
Who is Dan's favorite Star Wars prequel character? Feeling the best friend energy flow.
See, I have to think.
Spencer's sure. Spencer might know Dan better than Dan knows himself.
All right, I'm gonna go with the real answer, not the joke answer. I wanted to write down Dexter Jetster,
That'd be mine. That would
but
be
I
mid
did not. If it asked Spencer, I would definitely have
That was
said
also going to
Dexter
be my
Jetster.
prediction. Was
Yeah.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yeah!
Yeah, we're doing
Best
good.
friend.
We know so much about each other's movie tastes.
What's Spencer's mother's name?
Dan, does Spencer love his daughter?
How dare you?
I know for a fact that he does.
Yeah.
He's
That's
very,
right. Best
he shows
friends.
beautiful pictures of his daughter.
Oh, sweet kids.
Yeah.
Dan,
Does Dan love his cats, though, is the question. Seems like a little bit of a...
Very much.
who is Spencer's overall favorite Disney character?
Ooh.
Overall,
Like Disney, or like
I think
now
like
that they
Disney,
own
Disney.
Okay, Disney,
Yeah.
Disney.
Disney, like
like
classical Disney.
Classic
character.
Disney character.
I don't know. Who's my favorite Disney character?
Maybe Dan knows. Maybe Dan's seen it inside you.
I'm just going through Kingdom Hearts and I hate it. Sephiroth? No. All right. No.
I like that Dan's like, figure yourself out.
Right.
I figured you out minutes ago.
Oh, I have no idea. It's a complete shot in the dark based on what I think Spencer might come up with in a moment of desperation.
Which, if that doesn't say best friends, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Amazing. Wow. Get out of my head, Murrell.
Professor X was my favorite.
Wow. That was unreal. What a pull. Because I do like Goofy movie.
He's the funny guy.
Yeah.
And I know Spencer appreciates comedy, obviously,
Yeah.
so I went with like the funniest.
For me, it was like Goofy movie, and like now I identify with the dad before I identified with Max, and you know, it's all. Yeah. But you knew. You knew.
Spencer,
Yeah.
Oh, hang on.
what is Dan's favorite Disney song?
Wow.
Jeez. What is my favorite Disney song?
Some real bangers.
I just want these guys to be closer. The real winner is us.
Yeah, we're the real winners.
Okay.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
That's insane.
And we're tied 3-3 right now, fellas. We are tied 3-3 right now.
We got one more question.
Joe, did you actually think we would end up being best friends?
No? I thought you were going to get real frustrated with each other.
I spend more time in a room with Spencer than like
anybody.
almost anyone else in my life.
Yeah.
And have for years. Yeah.
Beautiful, Dan.
Okay, we got one more.
Okay.
But whether you get it or not, I don't care. I love this. Dan,
Yeah.
what show is Spencer more likely to watch first? Tailspin or DuckTales?
Well, which, whatever. No, that would tip my hand.
The original question was, which gargoyle would Spencer F?
The answer is all of them.
All of the above. All right, one.
Goes to the previous question because he didn't know who Launchpad Quack was, so I answered DuckTales. Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah, is there a tiebreaker? Can we? So ask us anything non-movie or television, and we won't get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Spencer, is Dan left or right-handed?
No idea. I guess right. Yeah.
Dan,
What's his middle name? No clue. No clue.
what's Spencer's favorite color?
Gray.
Yeah, close.
What?
Green.
Green.
Yeah.
You got the
same
G's.
first
You
few
got the
letters.
G's. You got the G's. Okay. Spencer.
This is to win, by the way, because he missed that one.
I did, yeah.
Oh shoot. Okay. Oh, a lot of pressure here. A lot of pressure. What is Dan? No, that's a movie question. Son of a bitch. I'm so shallow. Where? Oh, get it.
Where is Dan from?
Oh, Arkansas, of course. City unknown.
Dan.
Yeah.
What article of clothing does Spencer like more? Hats or shoes?
Oh, definitely shoes.
Come on.
Yeah.
Hal and I talk about
Yeah.
sneakers every day.
Oh, shoot, that's true. That's true. That didn't count.
Now, if you asked him the same question, that might be tough.
Yeah.
Oh.
About me, but
Okay.
But I think also
Hats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh, you
Although
guys
I'm
are
getting
best
into
friends.
shoes.
They're
I'm getting
best
into-
friends.
You guys are
I'm getting into shoes.
Yeah.
getting into shoes?
I've been getting into shoes. a
Well,
lot,
your best
yeah.
friend can help you get into shoes.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, you guys are best friends.
We're best
We'll just
friends.
end it at that.
We're best
Best
friends.
friends don't matter. We're best friends. We did it.
Yay!
We don't touch.
This is weird. You want to switch seats?
Yeah.
Or do you wanna
Come
sit
sit
with
next
your
to my
best
best friend.
I like to look at my best friend.
Yeah, just right,
Yeah, I
just
don't
right
like
in
to
the
not be able
eyes.
to look across the table at my best friend Spencer.
Just right in the eyes, just blocking him
just
while we're talking about the
unblinking.
Mandalorian season 2 and future movie.
That was incredible, Dan.
That was pretty good.
That was amazing.
That
We
was
both did
great.
well. That was
on
maybe
that.
my
That was
favorite
fun.
SJU thing that's ever happened.
This made me very happy. We couldn't do it with us because it would just be obscure wrestling questions.
Yep.
Mandalorian season 2 and future movie. This is via IndieWire. Director Jon Favreau posted a photo on Twitter from the set of Mandalorian Season 2, which began production a few weeks ago during Variety's recent Business Managers Breakfast for business people in Beverly Hills. Walt Disney Studios' chief
That's where
creative
Beverly Hills Cop 4 is set. At the business breakfast.
Business
Manager's Breakfast.
The Beverly Hills Business Breakfast.
It's where you go to get all of your business. You can order it a la carte.
Billy's there.
Billy, were you at the business breakfast?
He was hosting.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. So Alan Horn said The Mandalorian is already becoming a big deal with Star Wars fans, and therefore some variation of a theatrical adaptation for the show is not entirely off the table. Horn suggested he's even open to the show being re-edited into a theatrical presentation. Obviously, we're seeing a lot of these deals for streaming shows where season 2 was ordered before season 1. Given this is Star Wars, did it feel like that's a pretty safe bet?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's Disney is really good at leaning into their Snyder cuts, let's say. Like, I just think they're really good at being like, do you want to see the same thing? But now you pay more and you have to leave your house and like go see it at a theater, and we're all like, Yeah, probably.
We added this new scene where Spider-Man blinks.
Yeah, they're somehow like really good at that, and I think people will go see Mandalorian the movie.
Now, does he mean when he says reverse engineer it into theatrical release? Does he mean re-editing the show, or does he mean making a?
Yeah, no, he means
I think it's re-editing the show.
Because 8 episodes, right? That would be, and they're all 40 minutes long. That'd be quite the
Which people
movie.
would do. Like every year, every 2 years, I feel like everyone sits through every MCU movie at some AMC in a beanbag and
filling their diapers.
Yeah, filling their diapers and drinking their Mountain Dew, baby.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like if I were Jon Favreau, I wouldn't really, or any of the other directors or creators of the show, I wouldn't really be on board with this, because it's essentially going through the show and saying like, oh, well, that's not important, and that's not important, and that's not important. It's like TV and movies are two different kinds of storytelling.
Sure.
So to re-edit it into a 2-hour feature, now I do understand because it's not available anywhere internationally. If they were to release it worldwide, maybe in some format, that would make sense. You know, get it out there. But the idea of taking a 6 or 8 hour TV series and editing it down to a 2-hour movie, number one, I just don't know if it would work as a narrative, and number two, I just think creatively you risk alienating some of your ongoing strongest partners with a show that's still on the air. So
right,
I don't know.
And obviously only one episode has been out. Would you go see a theatrical cut based on that? For me, I just think it's too soon. It's too much pressure on the show. We've seen one episode. I would love to see a theatrical film with the same tone as The Mandalorian, because I really enjoyed that episode. But I don't know if I would want to go see it like all cut up, like Dan says.
I wouldn't want to see it cut up, but I wouldn't mind seeing episodes on the big screen. I haven't.
Yeah.
I never got to see really. I don't even think I saw like Tombstone in theaters, but it's even less Tombstone and more like a very like early, sort of classic feeling Western. And I never really saw any of those on the big screen. And if the closest I get is an alien guy shooting a harpoon gun at people, then that'd be pretty sweet. Like that's kind of my wheelhouse.
Have you seen Logan?
Only the Snyder cut.
Only the Snyder cut of Logan. Yeah, I mean, could I see it early? Like, I could go see the 2-hour version of the whole arc now? Is that what they're proposing?
No.
Okay.
I think they're definitely saying once the season is over, we might be down to then do like a smash cut theatrical thing. Which I guess, if you could get that done in time to have it be like, oh, here's a catch up before season 2, then maybe I could see that working.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see like 3 episode blocks in theaters.
Yes.
Because I can tell that I'm missing a lot just by watching this on a laptop or on my TV at home. Like, I would love to see this in theater. So, yeah, I'm in, but don't cut it down. Don't give us the full
thing. Yeah. Just do like one run of episodes one weekend, and then the next weekend. Y'all, we solved it.
People went to see every Marvel movie in a row for 3 days.
They lived it.
They lived in a theater for 3 days.
And they'll do it for Star Wars,
they've
too.
seen 15 times before.
They brought wipes, like there was a thing.
Yeah, they will go see if you give them the opportunity.
Yeah. And you
6 hours worth of the Mandalorian.
You mentioned the international angle. Like, that's brilliant. Like, yeah, we're showing the Mandalorian everywhere where Disney Plus hasn't launched yet, but we got a dude at the door and he's signing people up as they come in. Like, that's a smart move for Disney. Like, as making it like almost a promotional launch for like countdown for dropping.
And I get that they want to keep it as a chip to bargain for people to sign up for when it does become available, but that's also not how things work, unfortunately. And so I think you want to discourage people to a lot of people are going to see it, and it's up to them. Like, are you going to get money for that, or are you not going to get money for that? So
right.
I think that it makes sense to me, but I don't know. They got rooms full of people for this stuff.
Yeah.
Who am I? Just some schmuck.
You're his best friend.
Best friend.
All right, so instead of the cut down theatrical version, I think they should just cut it down into like digestible. What are those things like OVAs or the music videos where it's just an Evanescence song? And
I used to love those. They don't do those anymore. They don't do those. Every time you used to on a TV show, if you had a favorite ship, someone online would like smash it together
with the Mandalorian. Pew pew.
I do believe that during my first week here, back when there was still like Screen Junkies News and Plus and all that stuff, we all played a game in the writer's room where we kept trying to find, like, we would put in like the name of like a butt rock song and then The Walking Dead to see how many of those.
There's a lot.
Remember that?
There's a lot.
This is how you remind me.
There's a lot of Norman Reedus. Just black and white Norman Reed was amazing. All right, speaking of things in masks, she's killing it. We have got our Masked Singer update. There was a new episode of Masked Singer last night. Dan, what are your thoughts?
Well, spoiler alert for anyone that didn't watch last night, but the Ladybug was revealed to be Kelly Osbourne.
Yeah.
Well, Kelly Osbourne, which not a lot of people. No, I don't know what the judges guessed because I fast forward through them. But not a lot of people guessed Kelly Osbourne. There were some red herrings that were planted there.
She had the put on Southern accent.
Yeah, she put on the Southern accent.
That's not fair.
No, that's completely fair.
That's not fair.
Doesn't respect the rules of the game.
Kelly Osbourne.
Red herring. That's a lie.
Revealed.
Which I did. I forgot. I completely forgot that she had a couple of pop songs out, and she had like a music career for a little bit after
Yeah,
the
remember
Osbourne
when she
show.
did a cover of Papa Don't Preach?
Oh,
and she just went like this for the whole video. Yeah, it was really weird. It was like, your dad paid for this. Yeah.
So Ladybug is Kelly Osbourne. So still in play, we have the fox, the flower, the flamingo, the leopard, the tree, the Rottweiler, thingamajig, and butterfly.
Deep
I
bench.
swear to God, if they say one more time that Jamie Foxx is in the fox outfit, I am going to jump through the screen.
Because it's not. Because he was part of a group. What group was Jamie Foxx part of?
I have a theory. This is based on no research.
My favorite kind of theory.
I think maybe it could be like Deion Sanders. Because he talks about a 30-year career, a pack of talented fellas. There's like a superhero element.
He did have a single out called
can he
"Must
si-
Be the Money."
Can he sing?
I don't know.
The Fox is a good singer.
Yeah, I know. There's one lyric. Me and my sister used to sing this to myself, sing it to ourselves all the time. Was "My hair is done, my fingernails too."
Well, yeah, no,
Song
I
is
don't.
amazing, but he could have gotten training.
I don't know. It may not be, but I think it's a misdirect to this thing of like, oh, he's in music. He's 30-year career and a pack of talented fellas is what he keeps talking about. I'm like, I don't think it's a music group. And then I had a theory about.
Is he in the Brat Pack? Is that the pack?
Maybe? I don't know. I had a theory about
Chad Wilson?
Rottweiler. I thought maybe it was Charlie Cox.
Oh,
But
that's
then
hot.
Mara was helping me, and she found an interview where he said he can't sing. So I now
Maybe
do not.
that
believe
Planting
it.
the seeds early.
Yeah,
from
that was
Mr.
planted long ago.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I would have
maybe.
loved if
Yeah.
that would have been Charlie Cox.
That would have been funny. But
Dan, I think you did miss out a lot on last night by fast forwarding because I think they need to make Triumph the Insult Comic
Yeah.
a permanent
Actually, no.
fixture of the judging panel.
I fast forwarded
He was on the panel and he was perfect.
I actually know. I fast forwarded to the judges
show
right
couldn't get
before the
weirder.
unmasking because
Yeah.
one of them always guesses it.
Yeah.
I did for the first time actually sit through the judging itself only because Triumph the Insult
Yes.
Comic Dog was on the panel.
Oh, I think Nicole Scherzinger was going to fight him. Was going to fight Robert Smigel by the end of it.
Is it just me, or did it seem like the mask took extra long to take off last night?
They're very complex masks.
They
It
are.
seems like they're very complex, and I love that Triumph even sold it with like the cigar popping out and like the
Yeah.
shocked face.
Got that
Good
hit
for
the
you.
leg and everything. And my favorite, he had some good zingers, but my favorite was he avoids things like Robin Thicke avoids women born before the year 2000. And Robin Thicke had to be like, oh, you.
Oh, puppet. Remember when Eminem fought that dog?
Oh,
I do remember one of it.
Eminem was in a feud with Triumph the Insult
Yeah.
Comic
Yeah,
Dog.
the puppet dog.
Got real mad at that dog.
He was really mad at that.
He was not happy.
Sorry, Belted friend. Oh, it was really upsetting. Anybody else have any other Masked Singer thoughts?
I think we might have them all together next week because we're down to, I think, 8. Yeah, we're down to 8. So I think next week may be the first week where we have all of the masks, the remaining masks, together.
I think that'll make it a lot easier too to start picking some of these.
Yeah,
things I did
I'm going to
myself.
predict Thingamajig's going to be around for a bit, I think. Rottweiler's going to be around for a bit. I think maybe Tree might be in a little bit of trouble.
Are you okay?
I think Flamingo maybe might be in a little
Yeah.
trouble.
Flower is around as long as she wants to be.
Flower's going to be around for a while. Yeah, I think the two that I'm going to put a little bit of a question mark on are Tree and Flamingo, and maybe Butterfly, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But
We'll
yeah,
see.
no, it's definitely when it comes to when it comes to flowers, she's around as long as she wants to be.
Flowers can hang around.
Definitely.
Not the last time I'll hear that sentence.
You're convinced you know who Flower is. Right?
As soon as she opens her mouth, she's Patti LaBelle.
Okay.
Like the instant that she opens her mouth, what is happening on screen right now?
Oh, you haven't seen that?
Oh, it's our spoiler warning.
That is a good spoiler warning. I appreciate it.
That's me dancing to Kiss from a Rose. Yeah.
It's a pop. All right, spoilers are over, as well as the show.
Bye, Joe.
Bye, Joe. Follow us on Screen Junkies U and at Screen Junkies U on Twitter. Do not forget to watch the new Honest trailer commentary for Hobbs and Shaw, the new Honest game trailer for Red Dead Redemption 2, and the latest real trailer for our Galaxy Quest documentary Never Surrender that was cut by our own Dan.
Are we Screen Junkies U now? Did we lose our thing?
It was Screen Junkies
renamed it.
News, and now it's at
News.
Screen
There's no
Junkies
Screen
U.
Junkies News anymore.
So
We're
now
kind
it's
of
just for the show.
Screen Junkies ooh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, like SJ. Ah.
Yeah.
It's our goof Twitter that mom and dad haven't noticed yet.
Got it. All right, let's keep that going.
Yeah, so go ahead and follow us on all the things. Check out all those things we just mentioned, and we will see you back here tomorrow. Bye, guys.
This episode was brought to you by Verizon Wireless, launching the 5G ultra wideband network for ultra fast speeds, ultra low latency, and massive capacity. This is 5G built right.